My hair's a mess.
Oh wow!
What is
looks
going
like
on?
Looks like you just spent a couple hours in a hotel room.
No. Anyway, hello, welcome to Laura Cain After Dark, dude. We appreciate you listening and tuning in
Why
so
are you
much.
leaning away from me?
Yeah, I know this.
Why are you leaning away from me
I don't
like
know.
I've got cooties or something?
I'm in a very weird mental and physical space right now. I feel like I want to crawl out of my skin.
All right.
Dude,
I
are
don't
you
like-
about to make out with me?
This is hard to watch.
I know, Brian.
Being uncomfortable.
He does this just to make everything uncomfortable.
Gross.
Oh, hi, pot. It's the kettle.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah,
God.
you are like the worst at making people uncomfortable.
Yes.
I am the worst.
I feel like you do it for, it'd be okay if you did it for fun, but you do it unintentionally, which is somehow worse.
It's really
Just a
really
lack of
bad.
awareness.
I just love the I just loved. I will never forget the scene when I was trying to make conversation with that guy that I thought was cute at the bar.
God.
Brian,
Horrible.
I see Brian starting to listen to the conversation.
Oh, my God.
And he just quickly just does a. And
It was
walks
so
the other way.
bad.
I could tell he was just.
It was so uncomfortable.
horrified. I know. It kind of gives me a little bit of life, making you so uncomfortable.
Still we all find our drugs out in life, so.
Anyway, I love you guys. It's almost my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday month.
Almost 60.
I celebrate privately.
That's not a lie, and I don't want you to say that. Let me be in my 50s.
Well, that is true.
Let me be in my 50s for
Just
as
a
long
couple.
as I
Just a
can.
couple more days.
57?
Just a couple more days.
58?
In your
How old am I
50s.
gonna be?
60.
No, I'm
Just
not.
told you.
I think I'm going to be 57.
Yes, you are.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm old as.
Wow.
How did that happen? How did I get this old? It's really weird. Do you ever think about it? And
Yes,
go,
all the time.
what the heck
Yeah.
happened? I don't
know.
feel it. I feel like I'm in my 30s. Like,
Yeah,
not
you
that. I don't-
act like it annoyingly.
I act like I'm 12.
I do.
No.
So, yeah.
Laura's like, no, you're like 14 or 15
Yeah.
or something.
We both are.
I always thought that I was kind of like a 14-year-old boy. the way
I could see that. It's like reckless social unawareness.
Yeah, very much so.
Laura has huge balls.
Just no shame.
No.
It's
I
really
have
just no shame.
fear. I just don't have any fear.
No, it's no shame.
That too.
I don't have shame going in, but once I do
Sure.
some things, I do have shame. I do get some shame.
I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, that would be such an uncomfortable situation. She's like, why? What do you mean? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
I'm very naive. Yes.
Anyway,
All
that's
right.
fine.
Let's stop ragging on me for 5
Oh,
seconds.
no. Love you.
I want to hear all about your big solo trip to Vegas.
Oh, my God.
Now, you were there for what, 3 days?
I was there for 4 days, 3 nights.
All by himself. Erik doesn't like to go to the pool. He's not like a guy that likes to like lounge by the water.
But I did go to the pool because it was so freaking hot in Vegas. It was 98 degrees and like 20% humidity.
Sounds like San Diego this last weekend.
Oh, that's what I heard. I heard it was terrible.
He calls me and he's like, I'm walking to, I don't know, I forgot what hotel. And you know, in Vegas, it seems like such a short walk, and it is so incredible,
Oh my
so
God.
much farther than you could ever imagine.
I was like,
You're
oh, I'm right in front of the Cosmopolitan
Right.
Hotel. And then I'm like, oh, no, that's like 14 blocks away. Yeah.
I know. I even put him to bed one night. We were FaceTiming.
Yes,
and you
we were
I
FaceTime-
wanted
I
to
was-
see his hotel room.
So I left I initially was going to drive, and then I got a flight literally at the very last minute. And
What airline? Southwest?
no, Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Southwest was so expensive, and then I remembered that Alaska was now flying to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So like round trip, it was so much less expensive than paying for a car, and then I was going to have to keep it an extra day because by the time I got home from Vegas, the front was closed.
What was Sunday like at the airport? Was it just?
Oh no, it was super easy.
Oh, okay.
So when I left on Friday or on Thursday morning, my flight out was, I immediately, as soon as I booked my ticket, like 2 hours later, got a call and they're like, hey, would you like to switch flights? And I'm like, no, because all the other flights were more expensive. So the 3 o'clock flight that was going out was like $124. And then coming back, it was even less, or vice versa. I don't remember. And so I was like, no, I would not. And so they're like, okay. So I get to the airport an hour and a half early because I have TSA. So I got there about an hour and a half early, and I sit down and I'm like going through my emails and stuff, and I get an email from Alaska saying your flight number has been delayed due to mechanical problems. Then the text comes through that says the same thing. Excuse me. So all of a sudden, everybody that's on this flight, and they were already saying, we have a full flight. If anybody wants to check your bags, like, you know. So everybody bum rushes like the desk, and they're like, what do you mean? Like, how long are we going to be? And the agents are saying, well, we don't know. We're still showing that it's leaving at 3. And then all of a sudden a guy comes over and they start reading everything. So people start to panic, and they're like, we want a refund. We'll find another flight. And I'm like, well, good luck. Everything is 10 times more. So I decide to wait it out. So it goes from 3 to 5. Then it goes from 5 to 6. Then it goes from 6 to 7. Then it goes from 7 to, wait, no, this is on Friday. Sorry. Friday. So I said, it was getting later and later and later. No, I don't even remember the days anymore. So I said, I'm just going to stay on this flight. We fly out at some ungodly time. Like, it was so late that I called the hotel and said, do I still have a reservation? And they said, yes, if you're here before midnight, you'll still have it. Okay, great. So I get on the plane, and there's literally like 5 people on the plane. I think maybe 7 people. There were like 2 people in first class, and then the other 5 of us were in the back, and we're like, can we move up? And they're like, no, you can move side to side, but you can't move up. And I'm like, there's nobody on the plane.
Well, so did you have your own row?
I had my own row.
That's
like
nice.
I was
That's
off
unusual.
and we got to Vegas so fast. Like, we buckled up. They brought us water, and I was reading a book, and they were like, we're descending into Vegas. I was like, oh, holy smoke, that was fast. The airport was completely vacant. Nobody was there. So I get to the hotel room. I get to the hotel. I stayed at the Virgin, and get to the front desk. No one's there. I had not eaten all day long because I don't like to poop on a plane. Yes. I refuse to do it. So I was starving, and I'm Googling all the restaurants at the Virgin Hotel. They all closed at 10 with the exception of one restaurant. So I run up, and the woman at the front desk says, listen, we've got an issue. And I'm like, oh no, please. It's been the longest day of my life. I've been in an airport all day. Like, what? And she said, well, we have somebody that's requesting your floor and a king bed for some reason. She said, would you mind if I gave you a room with 2 queen beds and we'll upgrade you? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. So they upgrade me to the top floor. I showed you the room.
Yes, it was nice.
It was
sweet.
Sick. It was crazy. It was
the view
was insane. It was the whole strip. You could see everything. It was so nice. So I was like, I'm not going to complain. So then the wedding was Saturday, and we had a blast. We went to Vanderpump Paris.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. And then remember Scott, who we had on our show, who was the fitness guy?
Yes.
So he contacted me, and I told him I was coming to Vegas, and he was like, hey, do you want to work out? And I was like, because he has a gym there. and it's called Fit Club, and it looks like Fight Club.
Yeah.
And that gym was awesome. There was machines there. My body hurts so bad today. I could barely move.
Oh my God.
We worked out for like 2.5 hours.
Dude.
And it was so much fun. He's so smart. He's so freaking smart. And we had a great time. It was so much fun. And then the wedding was great. Like Kate and Tim got married by Elvis.
Oh, okay. One of those.
And it was really, really fun. And then we ate at this. So we had all day. So the wedding was at 1. And then the dinner after wasn't until 7. So me and a group of some of my friends from Washington, we all went out to Vanderpump, Paris, and just like had a little bit of food and stuff. And then we went to this place called the Chandelier at the Cosmopolitan.
I love the Cosmopolitan.
It was really fun.
I want to ask you guys if you have this same mindset that I do. I have this superiority complex where if I'm in a elevator and somebody else is in the elevator, gets on, and they say like, "Oh, will you push 6 for me?" I'm like, "Sure." Or I get in, I'm like, "Will you push floor 12?" If I am above them, I feel like I am the coolest person on the planet. Like I feel like I am so much better than that person. I have the top level.
So dumb.
It is so dumb, but
funny, though.
I love doing it. Like when they say, "Oh, what?" I'm 13, or the one that says PH. That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm going up to a strange man's penthouse.
Oh my!
That's right. That'd be PH. But no, Vegas was fun. It was very, very hot.
What did you do? Like all the hours that you were by yourself, besides
I
around?
sat at the pool
Okay.
and read, and it got so hot that I went back up to my room and put on the air and took a nap and watched. I'm addicted now to this stupid show all about drug trafficking in like Brazil. And
Locked Up Abroad. He's
yes.
finally found the show Locked Up Abroad. So good.
On
Nat Geo.
Yes. And it is unbelievable what people think that they can smuggle. I mean, I was blown away. And the funny thing is that when they're sitting in the back and they're testing all the stuff to make sure it's either pure cocaine or what you would use to make it, I didn't even know there were 2 different things.
Precursors?
Yeah, like the powder that...
The things they cut it with?
Yeah.
Well, it's precursors. Anything that's made to...
Yeah, so like the cocaine is white, but then this other stuff is kind of like a yellowy, butterscotchy color. And they're like, well, you should probably, give it up. Like, who are you doing this for? Not one single person would. So they're like, well, you're going to go to prison for 15 years, 5 to 15 years. Okay. There was 2 guys that couldn't have cared. Like, they were laughing. They're like, who cares? They would not give up who they were doing it for.
Oh, God. And
because they get killed.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh, for sure.
Those prisons in other countries are just atrocious.
I was like, get ready to be someone's bitch for the next 5 to 15 years.
Totally.
I was like, you are going to have the most blown out butthole, but you are just going to be permanently in the pickup soap position.
That is a great show. I love that show.
It was fascinating.
Oh my gosh.
Like one girl, they stopped and she had like knee braces on. And they noticed it because when she was walking through, her dress blew. And they saw these things and they were like, well, that doesn't look like a knee brace. And so they take her in the back and she pulls her dress up to like her kneecaps and she's got knee braces on both knees. And they're like, do you have a problem walking? And she's like, oh, yeah. And they're like, so these are knee braces? And she's like, yeah. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to take them off. They were filled with, there was so much cocaine packed into those knee braces. And then she was like, oh, I didn't know. Someone just asked me to put these on.
Did you ever,
it was crazy.
You know those drug mules where they swallow those, like, I don't know.
And they poop it out, yeah.
Oh my God. It is a huge, they have to dip it in like the oil. So it's like.
That is.
And then sometimes they burst in their stomach and they die.
This was unbelievable because we had the guy on the show whose son died of fentanyl poisoning, and they are of a fentanyl overdose, and it was one little teeny tiny thing, and this guy had swallowed like 40 tablets of fentanyl. They're like, we don't even know how he's still alive.
Wrapped up in something.
Yeah.
If it would have burst, he
would have been dead on the spot.
God.
Like when one little thing that's like the grain of sand can kill you, and he had 40 tablets in his body.
Yeah. And they get away with it once, and then they're so excited because they have all this money and they're partying. This is so easy. I'm going to do this again. And then they get
every single person. They're like, why'd you do it? And they're like, money.
Money, of course. Anything else happen in Vegas? Did you see any shows? Did you see anything interesting? Was it crowded?
It wasn't super
naked chicks on the street.
it wasn't super crowded, but
the flip thing with the papers that they give you.
Yes, with all the nudies on there. Yes.
So do you recommend that hotel?
It was great. It used to be the Hard Rock.
Oh,
and then Richard Branson got it, and I think it's through the Hilton now or something. But it's a beautiful, beautiful hotel. And everybody there was super nice.
Remember when Vegas was like $29 a night to stay?
Oh yeah.
And
remember when Vegas was fun and like the place to be?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what the Uber driver told me? So nobody, because of all the political climate right now, nobody from Canada comes and nobody from Mexico comes to Vegas right now. Nobody is coming from Canada or Vegas, the Uber driver said. Because I was mentioning how dead the airport was, and he goes, oh, yeah. He said, and then he was telling me, how they set up the whole Formula car thing there near the Sphere. So they, for the next effing 12 years, we've got this piece of shit, where they shut down the main drag, and it's for 4 days. And then, all these small business owners are filing lawsuits because nobody can get to their businesses, and they're losing like millions of dollars, and they have to, because of the velocity of force that these cars generate when they're flying down the street, they have to bolt down all the manhole covers so that they don't flip up and like cause an accident.
God, what a cluster.
It sounded like a nightmare. And then he told me this, the first time they had it, which I think was last year, all the hotels were like, oh, this is going to be such a slam dunk. He said a normal hotel that would charge like $225 a night for a room, they were charging $5,000 and getting it a night.
Wow.
Well, was it a couple years ago? My dad was in a business trip for Monaco, and he sent me a picture from his hotel room, and it was overlooking a very famous bend in their big track out in Monaco. I forget what race it's for, and he told me, he's like, yeah, during the peak season, this room is like $50,000 a night because you can watch the race from your hotel room.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
And there's some people out there that just like wipe their butt with $50,000.
Oh yeah, he sent me a picture of the valet out front, and it was more money than you'll ever imagine parked out front.
You would not believe some of the outfits I saw.
Oh yes, I would. Oh God.
Oh,
did you see any bare boobs or anything?
Oh yeah.
And
oh
out
my
on
God,
the street
in the middle of the day in 98-degree weather, like, yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Well, if speaking of sexy, I have something to read to you. It's things that are sexy now that weren't 20 years ago, and see how many of these you guys agree with. Okay. Eyebrows that aren't pencil thin.
Yeah.
Remember those like Pamela Anderson? So she still has those like.
I don't think they look good.
No.
Okay. Thoughts on the bleached out eyebrows?
Awful.
You look like an alien.
You look like an alien. It's terrible.
Well, you look like you just don't have them. Like,
it's terrible.
Mia Goth. I know.
Miley Cyrus did
that, yeah.
It looks so bad.
It's just not a good look.
You look like you don't have any eyebrows, which I don't understand the point.
Oh,
so
but
weird.
I will say, I've got the first like four tracks or 3 of the new Miley Cyrus album, Something Beautiful. It is freaking good.
Oh my God.
love my Miley now.
No, I'll probably no, I'm not interested in that. But I know
I'm gonna
you
play
love
it
your
for you.
songstresses.
I'm gonna play it for you.
Lack of a tan is now sexy.
Good. I'm done. I'm all ready to go.
It used to be everybody went to tanning salons and stuff like that just to have some color, and now it's like pale is it?
Well, I think tanning salons are definitely out. I don't know if I'd say that being pale is. I mean, I haven't seen that personally.
Not being tan somehow is more attractive now these days, according to this survey.
I call bull.
Lack of tattoos in addition to having tattoos, so it's kind of like the same.
Good on that part too.
50-year-old girls are sexy.
Those don't exist. Those are old ladies.
20 years ago, but think about it. 20 years ago, when people turned 50, they looked like they could be on Golden Girls. Like, weren't the Golden Girls in their 50s? Like,
Yeah,
late
they were
50s?
young. They were young.
Oh my God. And now today, 50 looks like 30.
Do you know who was the youngest of all the Golden Girls?
No.
The grandmother, Sophia.
Oh, the little one?
She was the oldest of all four of them. Or the youngest, I mean, of all four of them.
Sexy now.
Mm-hmm.
Bald guys with beards.
Okay.
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 Used to scream midlife crisis. Now it's a whole aesthetic.
No, it also used to be like the porn star, like the mustache and the bald head, like the 70s porn star vibe.
Have you ever dated a bald guy? No.
I'm not a big fan of the bald.
Well, you know, it sucks to be a guy and go bald because what choices do you have? You have to go through that painful process to get like hair plugs or whatever.
Depends.
Yeah.
You know, there's also like treatments for it.
Well, yeah, but it still would suck, I would think. Muscular women are now sexy. What do you think about that?
Okay. I don't want to be sexist or anything.
It depends on how muscular.
I typically say no.
If it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, if she looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing a pair of high heels, no thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
That is just ugly.
If you want to do it though, go for it. You know,
Yeah, I
better
mean,
yourself,
hey, to each his own. Yeah, if that's something that you're into, but
You know what gets big?
your clit.
Wait, what?
If women take steroids,
Oh,
their clit, it comes out. It looks like a penis.
well, I think that's actually because.
Am I making you uncomfortable?
No,
Okay.
just screaming the word like four
Clit,
times.
like when I say clit.
Yes, but it's
You know
true.
what? You know what looks bad though is when they get like really big pecs and it makes like their boobs kind of hang off their muscles
Yeah.
weird. I think that's ugh.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Okay.
But what would be
odd.
close? What would be worse is your clit just like sticking
Okay,
out.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I don't want you to say that word again. Okay.
What clit?
Ow! Okay. Long hair on dudes.
Oh, gross.
Well, define long. We talking how long? We talking?
It doesn't say, but
If it's below the shoulders, sometimes it
Yeah,
gets
if it's
pulled
to
off,
like the
but-
neck or that's not.
Yeah,
and if it's nice looking and the thick and not straggly and like
guys with like chick level hair where it's just like hanging down straight.
Like share hair. No.
Some guys can definitely pull it off, but I don't know if they would look better with long hair than they would just short hair.
yeah, I like guys with shorter hair.
Yeah.
Some
sure.
people pull it off though.
Smaller chested women are now sexier as opposed to big fake jugs.
Oh yeah.
I hate those.
Well, mine aren't giant. They fit my body.
Right.
Thank you very much.
It
And
is.
I love them. Okay. Bigger chested men, specifically dad bods, are sexy.
Oh yeah, but it's when they say dad bods, they don't mean fat older men. They mean men who just have they are not skinny, but they're also really muscular.
Yeah.
They're
like
just
huge
not
bicep.
toned though.
No, it means huge bicep and chest with also a beer belly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like lazy looking. It just means fat and strong.
Oh, absolutely not for number 10.
Sweatpants with elastic around the ankles.
No.
And calf length socks.
That is hideous. That's sexy now.
For women or men?
It doesn't say.
I think
Ew.
for chicks. If you have the socks over, I'm pretty sure that's chicks.
Gross.
Now, this is something that I should work for, and I wonder if I could ever get it. An 800 credit score. That is outstanding.
Been there, done that.
That's mine. Almost.
It's actually
I'm almost at an 800.
it's not that hard. Actually, I don't think I'm at 800 yet, but I'm pretty close. I'm not far
Yeah,
off.
I'm pretty close. Yeah.
Wow.
Just pay all your
could
bills.
Get Well, no, there's a lot of things I need to fix along the way.
Hey, Jay Wertzler.
I know, Jay. Jay, help me.
Thanks, Jay.
Critical thinking skills and emotional maturity are now sexy.
No,
I think that's always been sexy.
No, here's the problem.
What?
They are, but the problem is that emotional maturity, quote unquote, is just oftentimes comes out as just a hyperfixation on emotional stuff. And so it comes out as like, that hurt my... It's one of those things where it's like a very complex game of you hurt my feelings, and it becomes endlessly bogged down in crap. So emotional maturity is great, but it has to actually be real emotional maturity and not just emotional conversation.
Sure.
I agree with you.
Great.
Being vegan, or at least being as healthy as you can
Fudge, no.
Even,
I love being healthy, but
Yeah.
being vegan, I would... No offense to vegans out there. I respect you all.
yeah.
Well, anyways, I'd rather die.
Why?
Meat
Why?
is, dude, meat is so good.
I do love me a good steak sometimes.
Like, I don't even know how many meals I have. Like, I can't think of very many meals where there isn't some form of meat with it.
What do you prefer? Chicken, beef, pork, lamb? Like, what's your favorite meat?
Okay, pork's on the bottom,
Pork's on the bottom.
just because it's not as good. Lamb is amazing.
Yeah,
lamb is,
I
lamb is
like ground lamb.
so good.
Really?
Yeah. Chicken is hit or miss. Sometimes chicken's really good. Sometimes chicken's really bland.
You have
I'm
to. You
freaked
have
out
to.
with chicken
You have
lately.
to get it when it's organic and air chilled.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like-
beef is good. You gotta be careful. You can't have too much beef though.
Yeah, beef.
Very
do love
fatty.
beef. I do love beef. Being a non-smoker, that's very sexy now.
I don't know. Smoking is kind of cool.
I
I'm not gonna
know,
lie.
you-
Smoking is kind of cool sometimes. Look, don't smoke, but we can't lie to kids and tell them smoking isn't cool. Smoking is cool. It's just really bad for you.
Okay, fine.
It's true. No one
Laura
looks
Cain,
ugly
AD
smoking.
at Gmail. Attention, Brian with a Y.
Look, I dare. If you want to make a movie character cooler, you make them a smoker because you look cool, especially when you take the cigarette out of your mouth and you flick it when you're doing something badass.
What about those long things that they used to put the cigarette at the end of in the the 40s?
No, those are cringy.
Those are kind of cool.
There was. You guys remember that movie Bullet Train?
Yes.
There was a scene in the trailer where Aaron Taylor Johnson is like walking away and he slowly takes a cigarette out and flicks it in like slow motion. And I almost lost a romantic partner to him doing that. So
Oh my
it was
God.
like the hottest thing ever, apparently.
Having 0 posts on social media.
I think that
that sounds like heaven.
I think that is cool.
You know, if I met a guy and he said, I'm not on Instagram, I'd be like, I like that.
I think having like 2 is cool. Like having just a couple. But if I have to scroll, nah.
You know what? I think if I didn't have to be as involved in social media as we do, because we do. It's our deal. I don't think I would be on it. It's kind of a waste of time,
I never post
and it
unless
makes
it's
you
for the
kind
show.
of feel
And
bad about yourself sometimes.
I don't have to have that issue. It is.
Because
all
people
right.
living these glorious
I
lives,
do
they only
love
put the best things.
I do love Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
You see, that's the one I don't ever delve into, or X, or whatever it's called. Now.
Yeah, I'm also very involved in politics. So, and now I don't think I've ever posted a single thing on sites like Twitter. Like I have never engaged in conversation there, but I love spectating. So much fun. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Facebook's the worst.
yeah.
No, you love Facebook the
No,
most. You've changed?
I only post on it for the show, or like I did a Mother's Day post. Like I don't post anything about like
Facebook's so old now.
my
It's,
life.
He did.
and-
He
Oh,
were
I
a
used to.
big Facebooker.
I was, but
it's
not
so
anymore.
out of date now. I
And
feel
it's
like.
gotten so political. Like you can't say what. And this is the thing that drives me crazy about Facebook is remember that time that I got banned for 30 days because I was on that boat and we were all in swimsuits and they banned me because they said I was showing my genitals and I was not.
He's like, it's not my fault. It was peeking out the bottom.
I was wearing.
Yeah,
I
Eric,
was
you are offensive.
no,
sometimes.
and I got
When you
banned
don't-
for 30 days for that. And here's the deal. Everybody else that was in the picture, nobody else got banned.
Okay, because
because you posted it.
what?
No, I didn't post it.
Wait,
I got tagged in it.
so you got tagged in somebody else's photo and you got banned for being tagged in it?
I got banned because they said I was I was showing too much, and
I feel
but
like
everybody
there's
else was
gotta
in the
be
same.
more to that
No,
story.
everybody else was in the same kind
I
of
want to see
swimsuit.
that picture so bad.
It was.
He double checks. His junk is clearly just hanging out.
And then remember when I got banned because I sent my friend Tina a picture of she posted a picture of her cat laying out on the rug, spread with its paw in between its legs, and I thought it was hilarious. So I sent the picture of Burt Reynolds on the bearskin rug from Cosmopolitan.
Yes.
And they banned me for 30 days because they said I was printing sexually offensive material.
That basically is
Meanwhile, friends of mine that are strippers and porn stars are naked on Facebook and they're
What?
never banned.
I don't know if I believe.
Oh no.
There's
Guess
no
who just
way.
showed his wiener on Facebook? Somebody that we both know.
What?
And did not get banned.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And did not get banned. And I'm like, hey,
I don't know.
Okay, so the stuff we make very, very, very little, like did nickels and dimes, but we are monetized the reels that we post. I just learned today that some of that our privileges have been stripped because of something that was posted. It had to be the gynecologist joke.
It was definitely Erik.
It had to be that joke. Or I don't know what
I
else.
didn't say the P
Wait,
word.
what
I know.
privileges have been?
Like I didn't read much into it, but there's some like everything that could be monetized. Now there are a couple of things that we are not allowed.
I'll look into it later.
Yeah,
Yeah, look into it. Because I'm sure it was probably my fault.
I don't know.
It probably just means we
It
have
was my
lower
fault.
trust
No,
for ad
but,
ratings. It's
no,
fine.
but and then the last one, which was the best.
Oh,
you know,
real
Karen-
quick. Okay, maybe we shouldn't discuss all the things that are banned on Facebook. Then all the porn that's allowed up there for if our ad rating suitability is going down.
Well, no,
I know.
Let me tell you this. Do you remember when Karen Fitch did that post? Hi, Karen, about they had like tarantulas or something in their house, and I responded to the post. Just responded, and I said, "Oh my God, if that were me, I would burn my house down." And I got banned for 30 days in Facebook jail again because they said I posted hate speech.
Oh my God!
And I said,
they're on you.
I said, I didn't say I was going to burn her house down. I said, if that were me, I would have burned my house down. And I literally had to email them and tell them,
Get your privileges back.
yes. I was like, read it, dummies.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
What's the next thing that people find sexy?
Well, no. Now I have a new term.
Okay.
Have you heard of Ozempic mouth?
No.
Okay.
oh God.
You know, everybody knows what Ozempic is.
Yes.
Wait, and you lose a shit ton of weight, right? Well, apparently you can tell now because it's creating jowls because you lose all your
Oh.
face weight.
Yes.
And it's creating severe wrinkles, and they're calling it Ozempic
Wait,
mouth.
so it's just losing, but that could be with losing weight in general.
well,
That's just called all right, skinny face.
Well, a cosmetic dermatologist says Whoopi Goldberg, Sharon Osbourne, Rebel Wilson, they are all showing signs of Ozempic mouth. You know, it's a great drug. Everybody's losing so much weight, but there's going to be side effects.
Oh, for sure.
I've heard stomach paralysis. Maybe
And someday
an issue.
someone's going to have that, like that Demi Moore movie, The Substance. Someday somebody's just going to wake up and there's going to be a head coming out of their back.
I know,
Like,
my God.
All the extra weight you lost is just going to start coming out of places.
She just was named the most beautiful woman in the world.
Okay, she is gorgeous. She
No.
is way too thin.
Demi Moore.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Look, she is pretty for her age. She's not the most beautiful woman in the
Oh,
world.
I think
anymore.
she is
Come on.
gorgeous.
I don't know if she ever
gorgeous.
was.
She's like 62,
Yeah.
I think.
Are you telling me there's no one prettier than Demi
Oh no,
Moore?
there's plenty of beautiful women out there, but she's very exotic looking. She's very.
No, she's the most like domestic looking pretty woman ever.
Oh, I think
Demi
she's,
Moore.
I think she's beautiful.
So
I think it was
Ana
People
de
Magazine?
Armas is
Yeah,
exotic pretty.
Who?
Ana de Armas is exotic
Yeah, she's
pretty.
very pretty.
Like Demi Moore is domestic pretty.
And now here, okay, Brian, you are probably no, you're not on. I don't know who of the three of us is gonna get married next.
Never.
Would you think?
Yeah, I'm sure. It'll
Never.
Me? Maybe.
No, it'll be me.
Way.
Okay, so Brian,
Yeah.
this is what you have to look forward to. Here
Okay.
are wedding trends.
I'm
wedding
eloping.
content creator.
Jeez.
Oh,
So
okay, wait, hold on. I know someone who does this.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I
hire.
went to high school with them.
Okay, so what does this job entail?
Imagine you have like a photographer and a videographer, and then you have a third person who just walks around with the phone filming stuff on their phone
God.
for your Instagram.
And just posting reels and story. Oh my God.
It's a little pointless to me, but to each their own.
Small wedding parties, just a few bridesmaids and groomsmen, not 20.
Yeah.
Film style photography.
Sure.
Photos that look like they were shot with an old school camera. I like that.
I like that.
Okay.
Mismatched bridesmaids dresses.
Who cares?
I think that's
Color
cute.
wise or style wise?
Just like, I don't know, maybe it's a floral theme and they're all different.
All right.
Multiple wedding dresses.
Oh, come
so
on.
there's a costume change.
You know what? But your second one's like cheapo, like like a $40 like just white dress you can dance in.
Or
and
it's
stuff.
like definitely shorter.
Yeah.
And last dances. You know how like there's a first dance.
Oh, God.
So everybody has to wait till the end of the night for the last dance.
Nope.
And everybody can leave. Experiential wedding weekends.
No, that's stupid.
Unique events or experiences for your guests to take part in before and after your wedding. That sounds like a lot. And custom dance floors where
Dumb.
you wrap the dance floor with like your wedding logo or whatever.
Dumb.
But maybe
No.
a disco dance floor. I'd be down for that. That'd be cool.
Is disco coming back in style or
No,
something?
there's just a disco bar in San Diego that's
What is it called?
Good Night John Boy.
What? I've
That is a great name.
Yeah.
never
for
heard of any of
It's
this.
a lot of fun. It's on G Street, I think, even.
Wow. Never heard of
Good
it.
Night, John Boy.
Yeah, it's right by the Horton Plaza, by that big Weston. Is it by
Yes,
the big Weston
yes.
down there? It's like right across the street from it.
Do you know where that sentence comes from?
Yeah, it's from. I did know, but now I forget.
Like I think this I'm even too young for this show. Really, I'm on the line. I never watched the Waltons.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
And was there one more? Yes. Drone footage. So now you have your content creator, your photographer, your videographer, and a drone person.
no, your videographer should be able to do that.
Oh my God. Anyway, what else do we have to? Oh, Mother's Day. It was great. I love being with my mom. And you know what? I'm so grateful. She's 85 and
She
just having
is
the best.
a doll.
We had so much fun just hanging out, me, my sister, my mom, and both of my kids called, FaceTime me when I was at my mom's, and they sent me
So pretty.
Saturday. Like the Grubhub guy calls me and he goes, I was actually in Rancho Cucamonga. And he goes, I'm outside with your order. I'm like, Grubhub? I didn't order anything, did I? And I said, he goes, they're flowers from Vaughn's. I'm like, what? I go, will you do me a favor and read the card? And it's from Charlie and Maya, my new daughter. Isn't that pretty? I love it.
So pretty.
So sweet. And you know what I do for Mother's Day? And my kids give me grief every year, and I tell them, you are not allowed because it is my day.
I know what you do.
I know. And it's
It's
totally
actually my
wild.
mom's day, but it's fine.
I buy them presents because I love buying stuff and I love
Yeah, I
treating
know,
them.
but that's a different problem.
It's
That's because you have a spending problem. That has nothing to do with Mother's Day.
Maybe a little bit, but I also love giving them fun things and they get to
Okay.
pick out something. We have a $50 limit this year. And I go, what do you want for Mother's Day?
It gets less and less every year.
Is that the limit we have for your birthday this year?
No, you're going big for my birthday.
I'm literally in Vegas and Laura's like, you know, my birthday's coming up, and I
He was at
said,
those fancy shops.
and I said, yeah, I'll be getting something off of Temu for you.
No, I'm not accepting a Temu birthday gift.
We'll
That's
see.
all. That's all. Christmas. That's all. I want something significant and something that is going to last me a lifetime.
Oh, okay. Well, your lifetime is significantly shorter than it used to be now, so that shouldn't be hard.
I know. The more and more I live.
I think a dog would probably be fine now. Dog.
Oh, another doggy.
Oh, gee, no way. I'm still trying to get rid of the other one.
You know what I kind of want is some short combat boots. Thank you. Real leather.
Good to
I'd
know.
appreciate it.
We'll make a list for you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll make a list.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this.
All right. We're done.
Wow.
Are we done? All right. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being my partner in crime.
Thank you for being my partner in crime. I love you so much.
I love you too. And thanks for always calling my mom on Mother's Day.
Of
It
course.
just makes her life. She loves it so much.
I love Mary.
And Brian, thank you for what you do. We love you.
Okay.
And
Watch this. Brian, I love you, ma'am.
Oh, thanks.
See?
and love your podcast.
Love your podcast.
I love you, my sweet babies. Can't wait to see you. Bye.